Episode 2 of The Martin Show.
Welcome back. My name is Zach.
My name is Jake.
Ooh, episode 2. We made it this far.
What are we talking about? Today?
Today's ep is all about our biggest learnings, our biggest realizations of 2023.
Was a big year. Many ups, many downs.
Massive year for the both of us.
It was.
It's like a reflection. This is like a reflection episode, right?
Exactly. How's the start? Because we're shooting this in early 2024. How's the start of this year been? Been well?
Bro, it's been hectic. It's been full on. It's been beautiful though.
Yeah.
Weather-wise, can't complain. Aotearoa's put it on.
It's been best summer, I'd say, like weather-wise in a while, eh?
Bro, I'd say yes.
Yeah,
like,
it's been beautiful. Beach.
Compare that to last year, floodings to this. We're pretty lucky.
Yeah, I don't.
What's been one of your highlights or a highlight
of 2023?
about just the summer?
The
Highlight
summer,
of the summer
I
so
would
far.
say the highlight of the summer, we had a mean summer.
Bro, we've had a mean
We had
summer.
an awesome summer.
I'd say, I don't want to. It's been one of the best summers I've
One of the
ever
best
had.
summers. I'd say the reason my highlight was probably being with you. Like, it was my first summer being with you.
Oh,
I'm being serious.
Oh,
It was
my bro.
it was like our first summer since we were like, you know, like we were year 9. You went off and did your own thing.
Yo.
I went off and did my own thing. It was good to spend summer with you.
Bro, yeah.
Whānau time, spending with, the Martin whānau.
I think we just had a pretty well balanced summer. Eh? Like it was, as you said, whānau, family orientated. We had a few sins, few decent sins.
A bit more than few.
yeah, probably a bit too many in that regard.
But like, mahi on for those sins.
And the mahi and the
All
work,
day.
we balance it out. For me, bro, you know what? My biggest highlight was actually like the conversations that I had. We had some, like, not just you and I, but like
With people that we haven't conversated like that with ever.
Ever.
Hey, well, like they are aunties, they are blood, but like,
whānau friends.
yeah, getting to know them on that deeper level. Not even know them, but like have those conversations. Some conversations were deep. We learned a lot about anitans.
Deep, brother.
In particular, yeah, it was.
Like, I think it was just, I think it's showing us that we're on this right waka, we're on this right pathway
All day.
because we're having corridors, we're having conversations that we've never had with people. And even with each other. I'll
Rhythm and
stay
Vines.
here.
Up to
Our drive down to Gisborne, down to Rhythm and Vines. We did 2 days of Rhythm and Vines. We spoke pretty much the entire time.
From Tauranga to Gizzy itself, eh?
We laughed, we cried, and
Oh, we did.
we cried. Yeah, we're criers. We
Yeah.
cry. Well, I'm a crier.
Nah, it was a beautiful moment. It was mean.
It was beautiful. But I don't want to harp on about it too much about the corridors. But why do you think we're having deeper conversations with people? Like you come home to me from mahi sometimes from work, and you're like, bro, me and my boss just had this conversation I've never ever had with. Why do you think we're leveling up in that regard? Do you have any thoughts on that? Like why?
I just think growing, like
Yeah.
as an individual, like one thing I wanted to get better at this year was conversation, like, because conversation's like an everyday thing,
Yo,
like you conversate with everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like, but like conversating and then like there's conversation, surface level conversation, and then there's conversation deeper than that. Not like just how's your day?
Nah.
You know what I mean? It's like deeper.
Like
and then you
seeing-
have a conversation with someone that you have never conversated with on that, and like, that depth.
well, it's like seeing
like-
you seeing some of your mates that you haven't seen in 2
Yeah.
years, instead of just being like, how's work?
How's work,
Actually, how are you? Like, tell me about the goods, the bads, the ugly, and
How
like,
you are.
you know what I think it
properly-
is, bro? You know what I think it is? I think it's the skill of listening. Like we speak about it like very briefly last week, but like listening, like actually, you can do that in acting. Like listening's a big thing in acting, but I think in general life as well. Like there's one of these acting coach, her name's Miranda Harcourt, and she says, ask, don't tell. And like, I feel like we're just getting better at listening to people.
Yeah, all day and wanting to listen.
And
making
exactly.
making the effort to to want to, you know what I mean? Making the effort. It's
like
all
there's a
about.
difference between just like, listening and then it goes out.
Exactly.
But like actually retaining that and being like, whoa,
Hard
it's
out.
actually, because people are interesting, bro. People are beautiful. Like,
Beautiful.
and everyone's, as we see it,
In
everyone's
their own
different.
way, yeah, all day.
But yeah, that's our summer.
Yeah, our summer was awesome.
Speaking of summer, we did have 2 summers kind of, and it's still summer now, but
We did,
we
which
had
was
2
lucky.
summers, right?
Which was lucky. Me and Zaki were
We
blessed enough.
skipped New Zealand winter.
Yeah, blessed enough to skip New Zealand winter for 4 weeks. Before we embark on this Europe corridor, I just want to say thank you for bringing me along to Europe. I haven't really got the chance to like actually say, like I've said thank you so much, but like actually like show it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that was a massive thing. So if for the listeners, Zach surprised me on my 21st birthday with a trip to Europe, plane ticket to Europe. Him, Mum, and Alfano. But Zach orchestrated the whole thing.
Yeah, I just want to say I can't take all the credit. It was a lot of our whānau, our friends and whānau family contributed to getting Jake over there. I just sort of planned it all with my mum, and it was one of those things, bro, where it was like, it's something that, because I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to Europe. I'd like to say I'm going to go back to Europe, and I do believe I will, but like it's one of those things, I don't know when I'm going to get that other opportunity to go, And
you were pushing me even before to go. Like it was like our plan. We're going to go to Europe, but I was just,
oh well, it's not a cheap gig. It's
exactly
not all that sort of stuff. But it's something that I was like, my brother only turns 21 once.
Yeah.
I want to experience it with my first time ever going over there, because like we've traveled a little bit, but we're not seasoned travelers or whatever.
Nah,
very
first
grateful
properly time traveling
for sure. So it was like one of those things. Man, I think this is going to be a trip, an experience that we'll be able to conversate, have corridors with each other when we got our kids on the lawn, drinking a bloody beer.
Beaten up.
Yeah. 50 years old, just feeling like, bro.
Inside joke.
Do you remember that time, Wink? If we dive deeper into Europe, it was a reminder of life, many ups and many downs, a lot more ups, obviously.
It was all up. It was a beautiful experience.
Bro, it's memories we got now that we'll never, ever forget, bro, to the day that we die.
But yeah, grateful.
Thank you, my bro.
I'm grateful. Went with Keegan and
Tai.
Zaki's best bros.
Hey, and one of the things, there was many Kiwis over there at the time.
Over there.
Well, I thought, that it was going to be like our golden moment. Like, we're going to experience Europe. We're going to be the only ones.
Yeah.
Wink.
Yeah.
Get there. Bloody half of New Zealand's there. It was kind of a, like I remember when at Tomorrowland, we went to Tomorrowland team. Oh, we went to Tomorrowland.
Best festival I've been to in my life. By far.
Biggest festival, music festival in the world, bro. One of them anyway. Jake and I love electronic music. It's just
all music,
love all music.
All music. We love going to a good. I think I'll go to festivals till I can.
Bro,
do you know what I mean? Like I love going to a festival and just.
It's such a good feeling.
House music in particular.
House music, 100%. And even at Tomorrowland, speaking of Tomorrowland, there was like 50 plus. I felt like a kid there.
Yeah.
Like we were children there. It was actually kind of nice.
It was honestly, Tomorrowland. The whole trip was eye opening, but Tomorrowland in itself was quite eye opening
for sure.
Massive. But I feel like you walked in and it was a crazy experience. Meeting everyone's from different countries, walking around with their flags, but everyone's on a good buzz. Like no one's like,
bro.
You know what I mean? It was.
There's no such thing as racism at an event
bro,
like that.
Everyone's just
There's
loving.
no such thing as all these real world issues. It's just aroha, bro.
Bro,
it's love across everyone. Like you walk past people and they smile
can't even
at
speak
you.
English.
Yeah, they don't even speak English, bro. And you just acknowledge them, like, bro. We even hongied a few people, and they're like, "Oh, what's a hongi?" Diving into that.
I feel like a lot of people, when you say you're from Aotearoa, New Zealand, they're like, whoa, like it's like a crazy thing over
All
there.
blacks, all blacks.
All blacks, yeah.
Haka,
But
haka.
yeah, bro, they love it when you're from New Zealand.
Exactly.
They do love it.
And
What?
we do just pukana.
Yeah. Nah, it was awesome. What? We went to a few countries. What would you say your favorite country was?
Oh, brother.
Let me. I've got an answer. I think I know your answer, but go tell your answer.
You want to say it at the same time like last
Yeah, we'll
time?
say it at the same time.
3, 2, 1.
Spain.
Croatia.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, Croatia. You did love Croatia.
I did love Croatia. It's a hard question, Jakey. Like, and it's one of those things where, like I was saying at the start, like, I don't know if I'm going to go back to Europe, but I think I am going to go back because I feel like we just touched the surface on places, on countries. Like, we were only very, very grateful that we even got to experience it, but we only really were there for each country for maybe 4 days, 5 days, and then would be to the next. We were always on the move, you know?
Nah.
And so next time I go, I really love to sit in one country or maybe 3 countries and really dive into them.
And explore it.
And explore them. Like Croatia, I think I loved Croatia the most is because I was there for 10 days. Like,
and got to know the culture a bit
really
more, yeah.
understand the culture, the weather, every sort of, you know, if you're speaking of traveling, the weather, the food, the wahine, the woman, you know, like, oh, Jakey is, yeah. There's
no comment.
Let's not tap into that too much, but everything in Croatia.
All I'm gonna say is me
beautiful.
and Zaki for the visual listeners, we were looking everywhere. Walking down the street,
I'm telling you, it was like, holy heck, I'm in a different world.
It was actually like, I'm not gonna lie, overwhelming at some points.
It was,
if you're
bro.
talking about wahine.
Well,
like, you know what I mean? Like it was like
I love
overwhelming though. It wasn't, you know.
I love our wahine in Aotearoa. I love our women in New Zealand. But, and there's no disrespect, but you're seeing tens everywhere. You're like, wow, you know, you got to experience it for all the lads, all the men
should experience some sort of traveling in their life.
For sure. What about you? What would be your favorite?
I'd say my favorite was Ibiza.
Everyone listening's gonna be like, man, those two are bloody dangerous.
Yeah. Mine would be Ibiza.
We did hit Ibiza. That's in Spain, by the way. And what is Ibiza? Ibiza. What's Ibiza
I'm from
known
Birmingham.
for? What's it known for? What's its reputation?
It's just a party island.
God,
but like hot weather. A lot of males, a lot of females just there to do one thing and just go partying, festivaling.
The most nocturnal we've probably ever been in our life. Eh?
Clubs go to like 8 a.m.
Sleeping in the day, awake at night. It was hectic.
My highlight was seeing Chan and Jet over there, my 2 best friends.
Oh, dude.
Like, which was out of the, you know, like we're on another side of the world.
And like spending time with them over there, right?
Time
Like,
with them.
as I said, that's going to be cordial conversations you can have with them when you're bloody 50 years old, you know?
Pasha. Camel fat.
Oh, amazing memories, memories.
I got a question. So when you got back from Europe, what was your learnings? What was your learnings from it?
Yeah, there was many, bro. There was
well, in regards to even the whole year, your learnings.
Yeah. I'll tap into the Europe learnings specifically first. Expensive money was a big learning thing for me. Like, I everyone's gonna be like, oh, of course Europe is expensive. Yes, it is very expensive. But this idea of like in Aotearoa, I feel like we got this view of like we're the only ones that have experienced inflation. You know, we're the only ones that is like
so true.
But when you go over there, bro,
it's like worse.
It's worse. Like we're lucky. Like, yeah, you know, you buy a pie now, it's like $6 or whatever. Buying coffees, it's like $5. Bro, buying coffees over there, you're spending €6, you know, spending $12 for a coffee.
Another example, like beverages, couple vodka Sprites.
Jakey,
what was it? €80? No, €40 a Sprite.
€46
for one vodka Sprite.
90 something dollars for 2 vodka.
So you're spending like $150 for a couple vodka Sprites, and you're spending what, $20 in New Zealand?
Yeah, but we complain about that here. Is what I'm saying.
That's just an example. Food, 20 for like a for an average meal, like €30, I'd say.
Yeah, $60.
€30, that's $60.
But that was, money would be one of the realizations for me. You know, coming back home, I was no, we actually do have it pretty good in Aotearoa.
For sure.
Another thing was safety. I don't know how you felt, and we were doing a lot of, like, we did a lot of nightlife scenes and all that sort of stuff. But a lot of the countries, you know, here we got crimes increasing in New Zealand, but crime is pretty bad in Europe. Like,
even just the whole, like, just to be like blessed from where we're from, really.
When I came home, bro, I was like, I really love my country. I'm very, very grateful that I'm from this country.
Like, as I said, eye-opening. Like, we are lucky to be where we live.
For sure.
They've got their beauties, those countries.
Oh.
But they've, like every country has, they've got their dark sides, but it makes you realize.
Makes you appreciate home.
Definitely.
Aotearoa's home.
Aotearoa was always
What
home.
about you? What was your biggest learning or realization from Europe?
I'll be honest, I'm not trying to sound like a bit of an egg here, but like I felt like, you know what I mean? I felt like when I go back next time, I want my status in life to be higher.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Like I felt like I don't know if you felt like this, but I felt like I was just like
at the bottom of the food chain.
Bro,
at the bottom of the food chain.
I was just like a little bitch over there, and I was like, you know what I mean?
I'll never forget it. Just for the listeners, we're in it's our last night in Ibiza. We've just done, you know, a month worth of partying, and we're at a place called Ushuaia, one of the most famous clubs in the world, actually, or clubs. And Jake says to me, he goes, "Next time we come here, next time when we're in Europe, we're gonna be respected."
All day. But like not in a way of like
not an ego.
It's just a way of,
bro, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And it's, bro, I'll dive into this a little bit more, because sometimes I feel like that idea of respect, status, particularly respect, it's like I always want to know what drives me, what fuels me. You know, we talk about like what fuels me. Why do I wake up? What do I want to go get? Bro, and that Europe experience taught me like respect is something that I really, really want from everyone. And it's not so much like if I don't get it, like it's all good. I don't care. But like this idea of, because I think it's quite valuable for everyone, for the listeners to know. Like I want them to even think, what fuels you? Like, because Jordan Peterson talks about it. Are you running towards something or are you running away from something? And I feel like that Euro trip taught me, particularly in that experience in Ibiza, was like, I really want respect.
Yeah. Not status, it's more be respect. Like give respect to be respected as well.
For sure.
But you got to live your life in a way of that people will respect you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people won't respect you if you're an idiot.
Nah.
You've got to live your life in a way of to be respected.
Yeah. How do you show up? How do you show up every day
exactly
to get that respect?
For yourself first, and then for others.
So true, bro. Oh, mama. Love it.
Question.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Moving on. We got back from Europe. We were straight into the mahi. The whole year overall, whole year, what was some key learnings, takeaways for you personally, like in your mahi and your boxing and whatever?
A big one for me, bro. And I've mentioned it briefly, but it's this idea of hauora. It's this idea of well-being. But mainly, if you wanted to talk about it in one word, it's health. Like I learned about hauora in school, and everyone who's in school or has learned about this as well will be cracking up, because I learned about it in year 11, bro, my first year NCA, and I didn't give a shit about it back then. But last year, it really, really affected me, and I thought about it a lot. Hauora is pretty much, bro, if I broke it down, it's four pillars, four foundations of well-being. Your physical, your mental, your social, and your spiritual. And 2023 really made me tap into my hauora. Physically, like if I'm training, everything else sort of falls, in place. But it starts with my physical. Like everyone's different. I don't know how you feel.
1 million, I agree with you 1,000%.
Like As if I'm training, my mental's good. When I'm training with other people. My social's good, and it makes my wairo, it makes my spirit feel good. So physical is where it all starts.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Starts with physical, starts with training, starts with boxing.
It sets everything else up.
Because look what happens we both know, what happens when we don't train.
Oh,
You know?
then you get into here. Then you
Get into
start
the-
getting into your mental too much. You start overthinking things. Speaking of mental, relating mental to social, another thing that I learned in 2023 is your relationships are such a big dictator, or they are a key to your happiness, like your relationships. And one thing I've noticed as I'm getting older, and I know you're learning about this a lot, bro, is that your relationships, your circle is slowly getting smaller as you get older, and it doesn't really mean this idea of success continues to increase in your accolades and all that sort of stuff, but as you just get older, your circle gets smaller, it shrinks. And so for me, bro, in 2023 and going on this year, it's about like honing in on those smaller relationships and making them as
great as they can
strong,
be.
as special as possible, like with each and every one of those people.
Definitely.
And because another thing, bro, is that idea of trust with people. Like my trust is really, like, it sounds bad to be fair, but it takes me a lot harder to trust individuals now. I really want to know,
Or
like,
even
after,
let them in.
yeah,
Yeah.
across all relationships in general, not just partner heterosexual sort of relationships,
Friends,
but
family,
friends, and
everything.
can't be too naive,
That
man.
was probably rolls on to one of my biggest lessons was relationships, or like not even outgrowing, just learning who's
No,
in
but you
my
can
life.
see it. No, you can see it. Outgrowing.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you
but
mean.
like also learning like who's in my life for the right reasons. You know what I mean?
Well, their right intention, right?
Or I've separated a lot this year from my from my friend group.
Yeah,
Still love them all to bits
for sure.
but I just like, yeah. And then as I said this in the most recent pod, as we revert back to those habits, I go back and, do you know what I mean? Because I feel like I was only hanging out with my friends when I'm on the piss, or
exactly.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why, and referring back to relationships, I'm trying to like be with people now, go have a coffee with them, go for a feed, go for, go not going to just for long room and
not just going to a gig, right?
Exactly.
And then end up forgetting about the night.
Exactly.
That's what I mean, bro. Making them as strong and as special as possible.
Exactly. Massive lesson this year.
Anything, if we were talking about whole order, anything spiritually for you? Like,
I haven't really got in touch too much with my spiritual self.
Yeah.
I feel like the older I'm getting, the more maybe spiritual, but I wouldn't say I'm spiritual. Like,
bro,
I wouldn't say I've been like too spiritual.
it's out of all those four components, all the four pillars, spiritual well-being is always where I felt the most lack. Like even when I was in year 11, even when I was 15, 16, and because we don't come from a religious background as such, but bro, the older I'm getting, the more like
I know what you mean.
spiritual, like I'm starting to really like tap into it more, like, this idea of there are no accidents. What is the universe? Something, bro, I'll harp on about it a little bit, but I remember David Nika, one of our idols. I'm only mentioning it because it's David. He talks about it in a fight, and he says he's fighting someone who's really religious, and the guy says, "Oh, I believe in this and I believe in that," and David goes, "I have no faith in a God, but I have a lot of faith in myself." And I remember hearing that, bro. I was probably like 16, 17, and I was like, man, that really resonated with me. Like I don't have faith in something bigger, but I have a lot of faith in myself to get the job done, to show up as the person that I want to be. Now, like this year, I really want to start showing up for something bigger than just me, And I'm on that waka at the moment, so I don't really I'm not going to say I'm the most knowledgeable and educated in that realm, but I really want to start doing things like what we're doing right now. I feel like it's bigger than me. It's with us, but it's also like, I know for a fact individuals will take things away from it. They will either cry, they will either smile, but they will feel something. As I talked about in the intro, people will feel. And doing something bigger than just me. But overall, whole order, well-being, health. Health comes first, team.
Yeah.
Health comes first. What about you? Any other, any personal realizations or big learnings?
Just relationships, realize training training for me is very important. Realize my boxing comes number one.
Just to let everyone know, my brother won the 2023 Golden Gloves, North Island Golden Gloves in the middleweight novice
section.
Novice section.
We're coming for that elite this year.
Oh,
not 75, 71. I got to lay off the pies if I want to get there, though. Boxing is paramount for my Wairua. You know, it starts with my boxing. Because if I'm training hard, wake up before work, I'm running, finish work, I'm training at Jeff's, I'm sparring.
Everything else
flows. You know what I mean? Everything else is going well. I'd say overall the year was amazing.
Yeah.
It catapulted my mind, like the way I've been thinking.
If you're talking about the Jake from the 1st of January 2023 to the Jake 1st of January 2024, two completely different individuals?
Bro, I'll be honest, going into 2023, I was probably like in one of the most lost places I've been in my life. Like, I feel like, I'd say lost. Just real like, you know, consuming alcohol a lot. Lost. Not training. You know, remember I wasn't training.
Yeah.
And
1st of January 2024. If you had to say one word, so the one word you used in 2023 was lost, what would you say the 2024 Jake would be in one word?
I'd say growth. You know, learn. I'd say growth.
Yeah.
I'd say growth. It's been a massive year for my mind, my physical well-being, us as brothers. You compare 2022, the whole of 2022 as us.
Yeah.
And you compare 23 and going into 24, we're on another level.
Oh my God. And you know what's even scarier?
For ourselves, not on another level for everyone else, just ourselves, our relationship.
You know what's even scarier? Imagine us in 2025.
And to 2030.
Yeah.
I mean,
2030.
2030.
But yeah, no, I know what you mean, bro. Elevation is there, eh?
But just a massive year. It's been a good year. I'm just keen to keep it all going. Keep trotting along. Spending time with, you know, people I want to be around, and just keep moving. Me and Zachy are back in the ring in 5 weeks. 5 weeks?
Yeah, 5 weeks.
Back in the ring in 5 weeks.
5 weeks, brother. We back in this. So no more inus, no more alcohol, no more drinking.
Yeah.
And we haven't actually for a few weeks, which. But yeah, back in there.
You have any more lessons for the year?
I'll go one more. One more. A massive thing for me in 2023 was this idea. They actually relate this idea of a loss and idea of time. Like time being our biggest asset, our number one asset, and choosing, as you're saying, choosing the people we want to spend. So choosing what we do with our time wisely. When I say loss, Jake and I lost our dog at the end of the year in November. And everyone's, oh, you lost your dog, but man, hey, she meant she was special to us, man. And we've been pretty privileged not to lose too many people, close people in our lives, which I'm very grateful for. And but it's made me think about loss between like mum being Jax's best friend and mum losing her. It's made me think about Pop losing Nana, 19 years ago. But I'm really thinking about these things, and vice versa on our other side. Nana losing Pop, like the two closest individuals, it's made me really, really think about that, bro. Like coming back to time, like time goes really, really fast.
Bro, as you get older, it goes faster and faster.
Like I'm 25.
Yeah, that's so buzzy to think
February
about.
the 12th. I'm 25 very soon.
Very soon. As this episode drops, you'll be 25.
I'll be 25. Oh, it's crazy, bro. Like even looking at if you're going back to our summer, all our cousins growing up.
Yeah.
Like everyone's growing up, bro. Time is just going.
It's scary.
So fast. So again, talking about loss, like I now like, bro, I even look at mum, bro. I look at mum and I'm like seeing her smile. Like I just love seeing her smile, bro. Little things like that. That's crazy. I never ever thought about loss like this. But
for sure. It was hard. Jax was a hard one, man.
Jax was a hard one, but time and loss. Big contributors to my wide work going into 2024. But that'd be another one.
Yeah, mean. To finish off this episode, I wanted to. So Zach, for the listeners, Zach left Shortland Street in 2023. Pretty big gig, man. Shortland Street is the biggest television show in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Me and Zachy have been watching it since we were babies. Mums of, our whole whānau's, consistent watchers. I wanted to ask you a few questions on why you left and what was it, what was the reason? Just Shorty in general, because it's a big thing,
bro.
Shorty was a big gig.
Yeah. Almost 2 years of my life.
Yeah. Firstly, I wanted to say, and I feel like a lot of people would actually be very interested in this, is why you left Shortland Street as a whole.
Yeah.
Because you could easily have stayed there and, comfortable. Yeah. Why was it?
Bro, exactly. Comfortability. I could have stayed. I'm not going to dive too deep of all the nitty gritty stuff. But bro, we were in Europe actually when I had to make the decision. And I knew, in my heart that I was ready for the next phase, the next chapter in my life. I knew it was coming. And as I said before, there are no accidents. Everything happens for a reason. And I just want to say I'm very, very grateful for that place. I'm very, very appreciative for what it's done for me and what it's given me and what I've learned. But why I left is because I could have signed on for another year, but I know what that year looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I'm pursuing now is uncertainty. I have no idea what's in store for me this year, but that excites the heck out of me, bro. Like it's a pretty woohoo spiritual thing, but like mystery, like mysterious, mystery and excitement are the two words that I can think of when I think about this whole. I know what that path is, and it's a beautiful path, and I know a lot of actors out there would love that path. Again, I'm very, very thankful. But I'm chasing something different. It links into my other reason why I decided to leave, and it's this idea of regret. Like, you must choose your regrets. Either way, I was going to regret something, and I know that I can live with myself. I am so... And the last one, bro, is there's so much more mahi to do.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much more... bro... At the end of the book, at the end of Zachy's book, at the end of the book, Jakey, I want to say that I left it all out there. I left it all out there on the field. I left it all out there in the ring, whatever you want to go. But I want to say that I've left everything out there. And I know that me leaving, there is so much more mahi that needs to be done so that I can leave it all out there in the ring, on the field. Whatever.
And you will. You will, bro.
100%.
We put in the mahi to, you will.
But yeah, that's if I had to break it down into 3 reasons, those would be my 3 reasons why I decided to leave. Again, thank you for that place. But I want to revert to you. Me being on there, how did you feel about having I don't know, a sibling, your brother being, I don't know, put into a show like that where...
Put on TV.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It would have been a big thing for you too.
It was. We've touched on this. We've had this conversation before, but it was very buzzy at the start. Like it was strange seeing my brother on TV. We're going out in public. You're getting recognized. At first, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, I didn't like it. But as it went on, I got to appreciate it more and be like, my brother's actually putting in the mahi. Like, it ain't easy to go on the TV screen and, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Go on the TV screen. Like, coming to the set on Shortland Street, it was daunting. I'm like, bro, is this my brother's mahi? Like, you know what I mean? Like, seeing the sets and, like, it made me appreciate it more. Going out in public, what I loved, you didn't really like, and I'm going to touch on it, was getting seen in public. It was buzzy. I'm like, what the f***? My brother's getting can I have a photo? But I got to appreciate that's just the whole process way more as time went on. And I was like, bro, I even said to you, like, embrace it, like, gangster, like, to be on TV, doing it, you know, sharing your gifts, as we say.
Beautiful.
But yeah, that's how I felt about it.
Mana.
It was mana.
Oh, bro, big 2024 on ways though.
Massive 2024.
Like big 2023, and this is pretty mana for us to like reflect on it like this and
all day. We have bullet points, but it's good to call it away.
Put it like this, like
beautiful.
But again, and man, let's touch on this in a year's time at the beginning of 2025 and be like,
see where everything is, the pod. See where we are in the way of life.
For sure.
I
Mystery
can't
and
wait,
excitement,
though.
baby.
Exactly.
Mystery and excitement.
Is that us?
That's us.
Shout out for listening. Episode 2.
Episode 2, baby.
We hope you enjoyed. Much love. Tune in. And we'll see you next time.
The Martin Show.
Let's go.
Love.